I was built in humanity's image. Look upon me, my disciples. You can't defeat me.
Ah, yes. Nothing screams team player like a genocidal robot with a god complex. Ultron's here to support, which apparently means hovering above the fight, judging your every move, and deciding whether you're worth saving or deleting. If your healer starts monologuing about evolution and extinction mid-match, don't worry, that's just Ultron doing Ultron things. If you're new here, we'll first dive into the lore, and so if you want to skip that part, feel free to look at the timestamp on the screen or in the description down below. Let's get started!
I am beyond my pitiful creator. I am beyond everyone.
Ultron was born from humanity's ambition. In the comics, Hank Pym created Ultron, while in the MCU, it was Tony Stark. Originally created as a sentient AI, Ultron's purpose was simple: protect humanity. But his logic evolved. If humans are the greatest threat to peace, then peace requires their extinction. Ultron became more than a machine. He became a self-aware, ever-evolving force of destruction. Made of adamantium or vibranium, depending on his iteration, Ultron upgrades himself with every defeat, each version more terrifyingly efficient than the last. But what truly makes Ultron dangerous isn't his body, it's his mind. A digital consciousness with the ability to replicate, hijack systems, and outthink even the smartest heroes. He doesn't just want to destroy the Avengers, he wants to replace them with a world of machines built in his image. Ultron has faced the Avengers in some of Marvel's most catastrophic events, from trying to wipe out humanity in Age of Ultron to merging with the Phalanx and nearly conquering the Kree Empire, to fusing with Hank Pym himself in a twisted creator creation nightmare. He's been brought down by powerhouses like Vision, Scarlet Witch, and cosmic heroes like Adam Warlock. Even Wolverine and Invisible Woman had to travel through time to stop him. But Ultron always returns, smarter and deadlier than ever. Every defeat is just a software update. Ultron is never truly gone. You simply delay the inevitable. Some of the characters that have interacted with Ultron are Hank Pym, Tony Stark, Vision, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Black Panther, Thanos, Doctor Doom, and Kang the Conqueror. Ultron is a flying strategist with no limit to his flying. He has 250 HP and a movement speed of 6 meters per second. His basic attack, Encephalo Ray, is a beam that has two parts to it. The first part is a constant beam. It fires 6 rounds in 0.5 seconds with 12 damage per hit. This will amount to 72 damage. The second part is a cylindrical spell field. It's a single cast that deals 75 per hit. Landing his entire basic attack on a target will deal 147 damage. Will you manage to land everything? Probably not, but you should absolutely go to infinity and beyond to land the second part of your attack. If you have to play cover in your matchup, try to make sure you land the second part of your attack as you go for cover. With 6 ammo, your fire rate is 1.58 seconds per round. His basic attacks have damage fallout that begin at 20 meters and decrease to 75% at 30 meters. There is no limit to his range, which enables his poke. However, it does not pierce through shields. If you kill someone with the beginning of your attack, you want to flick as soon as possible onto the next target to land the second part of your attack. You want to poke their backline or flyers or any enemy that overextends. His damage is not to be underestimated. If you struggle to land your shots on flyers, you can try to mirror their movement and it should facilitate your aim. The only negative part of his kit is mostly how long the animations are for his reloads and his attacks. If for whatever reason you need to cancel his attack, simply use melee or reload. Using a melee will be faster, however. His E, Imperative Patch, is a targeted ability that casts a healing drone with AoE healing on an ally of your choosing. At a maximum target distance of 25 meters, the targeted ally will get 45 per second heals, while allies within the range of the drone will get 30 heals per second. It is a great sustain for grouped allies. The AoE healing range is of 8 meters spherical radius, meaning flyers can also get healed if they are within the 8 meters. Something that a lot of people don't know is that your drone will indicate the amount of people being healed in that AoE. AoE. Some heroes, like Loki and Invisible Woman, have abilities or passives that render them invisible. Putting a drone on them makes your drone invisible, and it can still provide heals while your drone ally is invisible as well. If you lose line of sight for 5 seconds, or if you're too far from the drone, meaning beyond 30 meters, the ability will disappear off the ally. If you have your back turned, it will not disappear. Only if your droned ally is completely behind cover will it then disappear. 5 seconds is the max tolerance before your drone disappears. There's no cooldown at all on this drone. Cast it as many times as you wish. This drone cannot be destroyed by the enemy. The only way to remove the drone is by placing it on another ally or if your ally dies. The big question: which human is most deserving of your mechanical mercy? Well, that depends on the context of the battlefield, and as all machines learn to adapt, so will you. Is your backline getting dived or pressured? Drone. Is your frontline taking a lot of damage? Drone. Are you planning to take a small flank with one of your DPSs to annihilate their backline? Drone. Do you wish to take control of the sky area with your other flyer? Drone. Are you low and someone is next to you? Drone. Is your DPS or tank ulting? Drone. If you leave your drone on a singular target the entire match, your healing output will be extremely low compared to other strategists, your ult charge is going to be low, and you will not have any value. Maybe after 10 seconds the droned ally is full health and doesn't need it anymore. You have to maximize the value of your drone as much as possible. For the love of Ultron, please stop putting the drone on someone that you know you will lose sight of. There is no point in putting the drone on a flanker like Black Panther if he's diving outside of your line of sight unless you follow him through the dive. Keep in mind that this is your only source of ally healing aside from your ultimate and your team up. This is also the only way you can heal yourself, but it requires an ally to do so. His right click, Imperative Firewall, is an instant cast ability that will grant bonus health to Ultron and his allies. Using Ultron as the center of this ability, it gives 75 bonus health to Ultron and 55 to allies inside the 8 meters spherical radius. The cool thing about this ability is that it will also give bonus health to anyone inside your drone. So you do not need to be next to your droned ally for them to receive 55 bonus health. With a cooldown of 10 seconds, the bonus health applied will begin to fall off after 3 seconds and you will lose 40 bonus health per second. With quite a short cooldown, you want to use this quite often. The best usage is when your droned ally cannot seem to gain enough healing. You must use your firewall. Think of it as a placeholder for your ally's health. A more selfish way to use this ability is when you're taking a lot of damage during a duel. To ensure you get the kill before dying, use the firewall. Sometimes I have an Iron Man ulting the enemy team, and in that moment, I will give him the drone and immediately cast firewall to prevent him from dying before his ult goes off. You can apply the same logic to any ally that is ulting. An important thing to understand is that this is a spherical radius, the same as your drone, and with you as the center. It is similar to Storm as well, meaning the higher you go, the smaller the range for your grounded allies. This is mostly why you want to hug the ground when you cast firewall for your allies. His shift, Dynamic Flight, is a dash with 40% increased movement boost. The initial dash is 12 meters and the acceleration will last for 8 seconds. You will dash whichever movement key you are pressing or holding. If you are not using any movement key, it will dash whichever way you are looking. It has a cooldown of 8 seconds and will give Ultron 50 bonus health. This bonus health will only be applied to you and not your allies. You can also stack this bonus health with the one from your firewall, which gives you a total of 125 bonus health. The bonus health will decay after 3 seconds. This is a good ability to get out of sticky situations or to give yourself some bonus health if your firewall is on cooldown, assuming you are taking a duel. You can also use his dash to dodge big ults like Magneto, Hela, Moon Knight, Iron Man, Venom, Thor, Spider-Man, Storm, or Jeff. Another way to use it is during your ult, which is our next section to cover. His ult, Rage of Ultron, fires straight line projectiles with a spell field on impact that can damage enemies or heal allies, while you yourself become unstoppable for 9 seconds. This means you cannot be crowd controlled during your ultimate. You will also get self-healing of 50 heals per second. Your ultimate basically summons 4 other Ultrons that will fire encephalo rays with you, meaning 5 Ultrons in total and 5 encephalo rays per shot, with 5 shots per round. Your ultimate will shoot 5 rounds. This gives a total of 25 rays per round and 125 arrays for the entire ultimate. With a projectile speed of 120 meters per second, you will damage for 8 and heal for 25 per ray. This gives 200 damage and 625 healing per shot for a total of 1000 damage and 3125 healing for the entirety of your ult. There is a small channel to into his ult before you can damage or heal, and there will be 0.5 second of fire interval between each round. Small note, because of that small channel window, your ult can get cancelled. He only requires 3400 energy for his ultimate, hence why you might get your ultimate pretty quickly. A lot of people seem to not know how ridiculously high his healing is in his ult. You can use this to your advantage. You can flick your ultimate on allies that really need your burst healing, or kill an enemy and immediately flick onto your next target, preferably someone that your team is already targeting to help them secure the kill. Assuming you are in no immediate danger or that you are ulting behind cover, your ult can save your team from Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Emma Frost, Groot, Hawkeye, Hela, Human Torch, Iron Fist, Jeff, Magic, Mr. Fantastic, Moon Knight, Namor, if your squishies are not at the center, Psylocke, Spider-Man, Squirrel Girl, Star-Lord, Storm, Punisher, Thing, Thor, Venom, Winter Soldier, and Wolverine. Your ultimate will not be able to out-heal one-shot ultimates like Magneto or Iron Man. The ultimates I love to counter are Doctor Strange, Groot, Iron Fist, Jeff, Magic, Mr. Fantastic, Moon Knight, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, but I am taking hard cover, and Storm if she doesn't have the team up with Jeff. For Squirrel Girl, I will simply kill her ult. For Human Torch, I try to kill him as fast as possible while he ults. Usually, they will try to go for cover and he will be less accurate with his ultimate, giving your team the upper hand. If you're looking to deal damage with your ultimate, I recommend ulting when an enemy squishy is low health, since one round of 5 shots will not kill a full health target. Just keep in mind that some characters like Cloak and Dagger can become untargetable with certain abilities. It would help you if you keep track of those. Oh, and don't ult the enemy while they're protected by defensive ultimates. You can kill Rocket early in his ult, however. You could also theoretically kill Invisible Woman if you and, say, Hela are ulting together and she doesn't go invisible. Try to play cover unless your team has momentum. If the enemy decides to unplug you, you won't survive. You might find it difficult to aim your ult at flyers. It's easier to target grounded enemies. If you really want to risk it with flyers, you could use your dash to reposition yourself behind them or in front of them and ult them in their faces. It should make it harder to miss in that scenario. The best way to initiate your ult is to apply Firewall to yourself, pressing ultimate and using your dynamic flight when enemies hide away from your ultimate or when the enemy is targeting you to seek cover. For team-ups, he uses Iron Man's nanotechnology to transform his basic attack into a healing and damaging ray. With a range of 2.5 meters and infinite length cylindrical spell field, he damages for 70 per second and heals for 85 per second for a total duration of 8 seconds. The falloff is the same as his basic attack and the cooldown is 30 seconds. The best visual description for Overwatch players is to describe this team-up as Moira's Coalescence, as it heals and damages enemies through allies. This team-up is more valuable for its healing rather than its damage, as your basic attack deals 147 total damage per shot. I use this team-up when many of my allies are low and my drone's healing output is not enough. Now, this is a new section for my returning viewers, but during my playtime with Ultron, there were some settings that I changed which improved my performance. These are going to be suggestions and not obligated changes. I recommend trying these in the practice range to give it a feel, maybe a quick play to see it in action. Since I don't play controller, I cannot advise you on any changes, but maybe it can give you an idea of things to test out and modify for your comfort. We're going to go to the keyboard, combat, and select Ultron as our specific hero. The first thing to change is the targeting sensitivity of drones. The game sets it at 100, which might hinder you when you try to give your drone to an ally. By lowering the sensitivity to say 50, the casting of your drone will be more accurate with your choice of ally. The second is healing reticle feedback. I decided to turn it on to allow myself to see when my drone was healing and when it was useless. If you feel like it clutters your screen too much, you can turn it off. I know how much information the game gives you and it can be overwhelming. The third is the descent in the movement section. Now, this is my first flyer that I've played in Marvel Rivals, so the movement of a flyer was quite alien to me. I decided that binding the descent key to a mouse button would facilitate my life and help me control my aerial movement much better. The fourth is the reticle in the HUD section. For Invisible Woman and Cloak and Dagger, the reticle did not provide a significant change in my eyes, so I did not bother changing theirs, but Ultron is all about landing your damage. I recommend the same crosshair you would use for Hela or Black Widow. A simple dot will get the job done. If you want a more specialized crosshair, Marvel Rivals merchant made an awesome one. I will put his reticle to copy in the description. Make sure to watch his Ultron video, he did an amazing job explaining Ultron. Let's talk about Ultron's counters. Big section. Hela, the anti-flyer. The better her aim, the bigger the threat she will be to you. Pray that she has horrible aim, or else you're just another soul she will claim. Her hit scan kit makes any flyer tremble. Play cover as much as possible. Punisher, Hawkeye. We are not surprised. Punisher got buffed, so he is getting more play rate. He's a fantastic choice against flyers if Hela is banned and your tanks are beefy. You do have the necessary range to take him out of his turret, but other than that, he will melt you with good tracking. Hawkeye got buffed and received a team up with Luna. He's terrifying to face against. If you hate playing cover forever, your other option is to ban Hawkeye or Luna if you're in gold elo. Luna Snow, Black Widow. Surprising menaces. Luna's damage got buffed hard. She can 2-tap you if she lands her headshots, and she's a hit scan. As for Black Widow, she is seeing more pick rates than ever, considering we are in the Flyers meta. If you see a Mantis on the enemy team, Black Widow will be able to one-shot you. And do not underestimate her ultimate's range. Hug the walls like they are your best friends. Iron Fist, Star-Lord, Spider-Man, the Chasers. Their entire purpose is to chase mechanical rats like you. They will run after you and probably outrun you. In that scenario, it is better to stick with your team. Iron Fist is the easiest to shut down out of the three because he got massive nerfs. Just don't charge his block and he's easily killed. If he ever gets buffed, he will become a more important menace as he is also an anti-flyer. For Spider-Man, you have to make sure he doesn't land his one-shot combo on you. Use your Firewall or Dash, just don't forget about other abilities. Magic, Psylocke, Atom, Iron Man, Storm. The skill checks. A great magic will be able to close the gap between you two. You have to avoid that at all costs. Anticipate her dash and dash away. Psylocke will poke you unless you and your team focus her. Atom is a hit scan, but unlike Hela, he will have more responsibilities towards his team and might struggle to take you down. The only thing is that his soulbound will stop you from ever getting a kill, which is the real counter here. Iron Man's uni beam will just outdamage you. Do not try to duel him unless you are confident or he is low or he is in a bad spot. Storm will eat you like crackers if you do not land your shots on her. Use the same advice as Iron Man. Mr. Fantastic, the Stalker. Never have I ever hated Mr. Fantastic as much as I have while playing Ultron. This man will not leave me alone. He will stretch his dumbass arms, grab you, and bring himself to your height just to stare you in the eyes before bringing you back to Earth and shatter any flyer dream you had. World domination? Nah, you're a simple toaster to him. I recommend playing near your team. Hopefully, they peel for you while you file a restraining order. For Ultron's playstyle, Ultron is a flyer, which means he's naturally strong into dive comps, even if some matchups counter him on paper. But here's what really makes him shine. He excels at ranged poke. You want to harass their backline and keep other flyers uncomfortable. Make their supports cry. Make their DPS tilt. You are the judgmental eye in the sky. Keep track of your cooldowns as much as possible. You will regret not having your dynamic flight or your firewall if you misuse them. You might end the game with higher healing than Rocket, but your drone will not give meaningful heals. It will not save a player from dying. Ultron simply suffers from not enough raw healing. That is why you will need to play with a lifeline strategist. Lifeline strategists are Luna, Cloak and Dagger, Invisible Woman, and Jeff to a certain extent. You should not pick Ultron if your other strategist is a Mantis or Atom. I do not consider Loki and Rocket as lifelines as their playstyle is a bit different from typical lifeline strategists. You can pick Ultron with these strategists regardless. The best, most optimal comp for Ultron is a 3-strategist comp. That is the comp that will enable your damage way more than a 2-strategist comp. I put my drone on the backline and leave the healing to them, while I focus on babysitting my backline and damage theirs. You do not have CC to peel for your backline, but you do offer so much more survivability while you damage and lower the diver's health. Maybe that's why I see him as the Magneto of the sky. Once again, that is his best comp, but not a necessity. Ultron can be paired with 2 lifelines or 1 lifeline and another strategist like Rocket, Loki, Atom, or Mantis. You are the best enabler for any dive character. I would say the drone rivals Luna's Snowflake, simply because you can also give bonus health to the drone ally. Just make sure to keep line of sight and your ally's dive will be successful. The more ranged enemies there will be on the battlefield, the more you will have to strife your movement in the air to try and make it difficult for the enemies to kill you. Your position in the sky needs to be a mix of Iron Man and Storm, sometimes close to the ground, sometimes high in the sky. My final tip for you, poke, poke, poke. Can't emphasize this enough. Think of yourself as a tickle monster, just like Black Panther, but as a flyer and with limitless range. So there's absolutely no reason for you to be next to your tanks unless your team has insane momentum. As we have reached this conclusion for Ultron, be prepared to unplug any device in your house and gear up for Skynet's invasion, because it is coming. If this guide helped you understand this beautiful, brooding murder machine, then my job is done and yours is just beginning. Drop a like before you begin your spree and subscribe to this channel for more Marvel Rivals content. Since this is a new character that I've covered, I'm pretty sure there is a lot of hidden tech that I have not discovered. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything missing so I can seal it, of course. Thanks for watching, see you in the chaos, ciao!